If you're thinking about sailing on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady, then here are our top 5 best things to do. Hey everyone, Two Gay Expats here. I'm Andy.
And I'm Trey. We are here in the beautiful port of Miami, ready to welcome you on board for our countdown.
But before we get started, be sure to stick around to the end of this video for our Scarlet Lady travel tips and everything we wish we knew before sailing with Virgin Voyages. If you're like us, you might be feeling overwhelmed with everything to do ahead of your cruise.
We'll also give you a full tour of our balcony cabin, how we got it, and highlight what we didn't love about our first experience with Virgin Voyages. If you're a traditional cruiser, you might be disappointed in a few things.
Now, to kick off the countdown with where Virgin shines, let's eat.
The food is by far the best part of any Virgin Voyages sailing. There's no main dining room, but all specialty restaurants are included with your fare.
And they are mouth-wateringly delicious. On this cruise, our favorite restaurant is Extra Virgin, the Italian specialty restaurant. Coming in a close second and third are Pink Agave, the Mexican fusion restaurant, and the Steakhouse Wake.
We'll dive into the specifics of each of these shortly, but first a few travel tips. All of the specialty restaurants require reservations for dinner. Be sure to download the Virgin Voyages app and book dinner reservations as soon as the window opens for your sailing. We booked our trip last minute, so unfortunately there are no reservations available.
Our biggest travel tip in terms of restaurant reservations is don't stress out about them. Check the app often and some will either pop up or you can simply go early for a walk-in. For example, Wake initially has zero availability for our entire sailing when we try to make a reservation in person on the ship, but we decide to start the walk-up line about 30 minutes before opening. It also allows us to capture this beautiful sunset from the dining room.
Although it takes us an extra 30 minutes to get a table, we wait next door at Dockhouse while enjoying their delicious Mediterranean appetizers and expertly prepared cocktails. The app doesn't alert us of our table as expected, but it's ready when we check back with the host.
Yes, it's a lot of extra effort, but the food and service totally make it worth it. Standouts include the wedge salad, crispy polenta, truffled potatoes, and the Malbec wine. The desserts are also wonderful here. Wake is clearly the most sophisticated of the specialty restaurants.
On our last night, we have no reservations, so we snag spots at the bar at Extra Virgin. There are 6 places available for walk-ins. We suggest arriving at 5:15 like we did to be first in line for their opening at 5:45.
Despite the stress of making reservations, one thing that Virgin does very well is serving reasonable portion sizes and half-order options for pastas, for example. That way you can order a lot of things to try and share with your table. At both Extra Virgin and Pink Agave, we recommend over-ordering with your table to try the many amazing dishes.
We are also not galley people, which is Virgin's equivalent of the buffet. We saw the heat lamps for breakfast food items and immediately booked reservations for breakfast every morning of our sailing at Razzle Dazzle. You can book multiple breakfast or brunch reservations, just not dinner, which is limited to 1 per specialty restaurant on the shorter sailings like ours.
In terms of food quality, everything at Razzle Dazzle is amazing, especially the acai bowls and waffles with chantilly cream. The avocado toast also has a little kick to it, which comes as a nice surprise. Don't forget to book breakfast on your last day if you don't have to rush to a flight. Overall, the biggest reason we would return to Virgin Voyages is the food.
Now let's drink. Starting with the sail away party, there are plenty of opportunities for bubbles, craft cocktails, wine, and beer.
After the complimentary rosé bubbles at Sail Away, we find a quiet spot to enjoy a glass of Moet Brut Imperial at Sip Lounge. The ship is absolutely packed inside as the weather is treacherous today, so it's very hard to find prime real estate like this. Unfortunately, our champagne is served in plastic, which we find all around the ship, even for high-end cocktails. We understand for the pool area, but not indoors.
Wine and spirits are also measured on Virgin Voyages, so you will not get that holiday pour you might be hoping for, given that alcohol is not included with your fare. Also, there are no free drinks in the casino, even if you play for hours.
In addition, Coffee Grounds, the name for the 2 coffee bars, charge us for all coffees, but will happily give you a to-go cup with a lid. You can even go to the galley and pour yourself a drip coffee for free. Although alcohol and specialty coffee is not included, many fares come with a $300 bar tab to offset the cost of drinks.
Finally, if you prefer sparkling water, it's free, but just be sure to ask straight away when you sit down, as they will pour flat water very quickly. But they do have carafes of sparkling water as well at all restaurants. We like that this option is included.
Speaking of water, let's swim and sun. On our sailing, there's a lot more water than we bargained for, but we're not going to let a little rainstorm slow us down. On deck 16 midship, you will find the main pool lined with purple daybeds. On sea days, definitely get here before 8 a.m. to grab one.
There's also another pool that looks like a hot tub, but it's not heated. This pool does have bubbles, however the hot tubs on each side do not. Very strange. For a last-minute pump-up, the fitness center, called the Athletic Club, and the cardio studio, called the Training Camp, are on opposite sides of the pool area. Towards the back of the ship, you will also find 2 additional hot tubs.
The dock on deck 7 is our favorite place to sun on the ship. It feels like an upscale beach club and is the perfect place to escape the bachelor and bachelorette parties by the main pool. Yes, Virgin is adults only, so there are no kids per se, but you may not find the trip as relaxing as perhaps you imagined.
On that note, let's party. Virgin Voyages is clearly designed for a party. From the entertainment to theme parties to bar crawls, sailors are encouraged to let their hair down and have a great time.
In terms of entertainment, the best show, in our opinion, is called Untitled Dance Show Party Thing. And the waves on our first night have us rocking. And you're standing for this interactive, high-energy dance production. We didn't understand the space at first, but the stage moves, which is a first on a ship for us. You'll definitely be left wondering what's coming next. A unique offering, no doubt.
Also, like the dining, don't stress about booking any show reservations, as they don't check if you've booked or not. We recommend that you just show up at least 20 minutes before to stand in line, a common theme on Virgin. Doors open about 10 minutes before each show.
One trick we find for the Red Room is to head upstairs on the opposite side of the entrance. There's no one at the doors, and we find a few 2-seater couches that are always empty.
Now let's talk about Scarlet Night. Definitely pack something red to wear and head up to the pool deck early for best viewing. After the dance show warm-up, you can dance and party the night away. Before bed, grab a fresh made-to-order pizza, which is open until 2 a.m. You'll need it ahead of the pool party tomorrow at Bimini.
At this point in the cruise, you've eaten delicious food, sipped amazing cocktails, enjoyed the pools, beaches, and plenty of time in the sun, and partied every night. But now, it's time to relax.
Don't forget to book yourself a spa treatment, or better yet, the Romance Package, which gains you early boarding, daily access to the spa, and a bottle of champagne, 3 of the most important benefits. Book this package early too, as it's only offered to a limited number of sailors and will likely sell out like it did at our sailing. Another tip for early boarding is you can also do a status match if you have status on another cruise line.
Speaking of romance, the balcony rooms are quite spacious with huge comfy beds. The rooms are also controlled by tablet from the curtains to the lighting. After the spa and some bubbles, press the Let's Get It On button for a fun surprise. The only things missing from our rooms are robes and turn-down service. On the plus side, the infamous hammock swings are located on almost every balcony.
We booked our Fire and Sunset Soiree cruise for 2 in a Seaview cabin for $1,806. We then bid $105, $5 more than the minimum for an upgrade to a balcony room, and our strategy worked for a nearly sold-out sailing.
Now let's talk about some of the things we like and we didn't like. Given all of the buzz around Virgin Voyages, there are clear positives and negatives to sailing with the line over, say, LGBTQ-friendly celebrity cruises. For one, the crowd is younger, adults only, and with visibly more gay sailors. On the downside, there were a lot of bachelor and bachelorette parties, although technically no kids.
Also, the entertainment was a bit of a letdown for us. It was edgy, but other than the first night's show, we found ourselves a little bored. The drag show was also clearly not geared at all towards the LGBTQ community. So if you like grand production shows, Virgin is not for you.
Overall, we would sail with Virgin again if the itinerary and pricing made sense over Celebrity. Virgin does offer a future cruise special giving you a $600 onboard credit and $300 off your next sailing if you put down a $300 deposit before leaving the ship. For us, our 4-night sailing was more expensive than comparative cruises on Celebrity for much longer sailings, and with everything included, like alcoholic drinks.
If you're interested in learning more about our experiences on Celebrity Apex or Celebrity Eclipse, we'll link to both videos for you in the description. We'd also love to hear about your experiences with either line down in the comments.
For our final travel tip, which applies to both Virgin or Celebrity, definitely bring the 2 bottles of your favorite wine or champagne that's allowed per stateroom.
Well, that's a wrap for our sailing on Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady. If you liked today's video, do us a favor and smash that like button for the almighty YouTube algorithm and consider subscribing to our channel. And for more travel inspiration, including other amazing cruises that we've taken, check out the other videos we've curated for you in the description below, or head over to our website at twogayeexpats.com.
We also want to thank our channel members. We greatly appreciate your support. If you're interested in joining to help support more videos like this, then click on the join button on the homepage or the link in the description to learn more.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.